Hello and welcome to this installment of the Chameleon 20. Today we're going to look at how to log into Bookshare and get a book. So the first thing that's important to know is your Bookshare username and password, obviously. You're going to need those because you will be asked to sign in on this device. You have to be connected to Wi-Fi with your device. If you need to know how to do that, you can refer to the manual, or I did a video on that on this channel and on this playlist that you can refer to. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm in the main menu now, and I'm focused on editor. And what I'm going to do to get to the Bookshare app is I'm going to press O for online, and then I'm going to press enter. And this first item that's listed is Bookshare, and I'm going to hit enter. I happen to be signed in already, so I'm just going to walk you through that verbally. So the first thing you'll see is where it says username. Your username is usually your email address. Now, just so that you're aware, you have got to enter your username and your password, by the way, using computer braille. It doesn't matter what grade of braille that's actually preferred at this point, or what it's set to be. You have to do it in computer braille. There are some things that you're probably going to need to know. The @ sign in computer braille at this point is a .7 held down with the .4. Also, to make your dot for like .edu, .org, whatever, is dots 4 and 6. There is a reference, as I understand it, in the Chameleon manual, though I was unable to find it. I did have to ask tech support some questions. So I would reach out to tech support if you have difficulty logging in, or you're having some questions about how to enter a specific character. What I actually had to do is go into Bookshare on the computer and change my password so that it didn't have any capital letters, because I was having difficulty entering capital letters. So that's a good tip, that if you're having difficulty entering something that you have the ability to alter, you can go onto the website and alter it so that you can get in. So just, a thought. Oh, and the other thing to tell you is if you have an email address with a number in it, you're going to need to enter those numbers as Nemeth numbers, and you do not need the number sign because it's computer braille and they're Nemeth numbers. So just kind of throwing that out there. When you log on to Bookshare, you're going to be placed at the beginning of your options. So they look like this. So I have most popular is one category, and you're going to use your thumb key to progress. So next thumb key, and it'll say most recent, and then thumb key again, and then it's browse. So then you have browse the catalog. The next one is title search, and the next one is author search. And after author search, you can search like the full title, or the full search. So, and then you have because there's a configuration area, but we're not going to worry about that. So if you hit it again, you'll go to the back button. So I'm going to come forward again, and I'm going to go to most popular books, because I'm just going to show you how to get a basic book right now. So I'm hitting enter, and it says loading. Let's see, let's see what the most popular book is that they have on here. It is still loading, is what it is. It'll take a minute. Oh, look at that. The most popular book is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which, we got already. So next book, I'm going to go use my next thumb key to progress. This one is, oh look, The Lightning Thief. Okay. Following is Hatchet. That's it. I was having a little trouble because my fingers are a little numb from all the braille reading I'm doing today. So sorry about that. So I'm going to progress again. And this next one is Wonder. So you see, you can just continue to progress through your options using your next key. And if you want to go back, you can use your previous key. This one is The One and Only Ivan, which is, I understand it, a very good book. So anyway, these are your options. So if you choose one, I'm just going to pick the one and only Ivan. I'm going to hit enter. And I have the option right now that says download. Suppose I'm not really sure that this is the book I want. I'm going to press the next key. And it'll give me my title again. And my author. And this is the correct author. It's also going to give me a description. Now remember, if something doesn't fit on your display, and this goes for titles too, you're going to use those inner thumb keys to advance your display rather than the outer thumb keys to go forward. Just a reminder, I'm sure that you don't need it, but just as a heads up. So now I'm going to use my back or my previous thumb key. I'm going to go backwards because I want to find where it says download, which I did. And I'm going to press enter. It's saying loading, and eventually it will say that it's extracting the file. All of this stuff, it flashes, but now we're back to download. So that tells me that the file is downloaded. To find the file, and I see that I've gone a little bit low here. To find the file, I'm going to press my home key to get to that main menu again. And again, we're focused at the top. I want to press F for File Manager. So here I'm in the File Manager, and we're going to talk a little more about the File Manager in another video. But we're going to hit enter. So now we're on storage. I'm going to hit enter, and it says books. I'm going to progress forward here. Here we go. Online. Books. Enter. Bookshare. Folder. Enter. And here's one called Great Expectations that I downloaded before. And the one and only Ivan is here as well. And then I can go back again. That's pretty easy to do. It's not really all that challenging to get books. I'm going to just do some a brief run through of how to do a search. So I'm going to go back to that online, or to that book main menu, and to O for online, enter, and then enter on Bookshare again. Now I'm still focused exactly where I was. So I'm still focused on downloading that book. So I'm going to just do an exit. So out of that book, and then I'm going to do another exit. And then here we are, we're back at most popular. So an exit, by the way, is a chord or a space plus the letter E that will take you out of a menu, or it's an escape. If it works, it'll take you backwards. If it doesn't, it'll beep at you. So we're just going to go find this. Here we go. Title, search, enter, and let's see. And here it's going to ask me for a keyword. So I want to find something. Okay, you know what? I want to do the lightning thief. So I'm just going to do lightning. See what gets me. Enter. And it's loading my results here. And here we go. Skinny what? Skinny suffers. Okay. Definitely don't want that. Here's another one. Oh, here's the one we actually might want. Lighten. Oh, nope. Lighten up. Definitely not. So we're getting a lot of recipe books. Oh, yep. Lighten up again. Oh, dear. Okay. Guess that learned us to use some more specific search terms, didn't it? So anyway, that'll learn me right there to just do something on the fly for one of these. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. If you have questions, you can always reach out. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel and take a look at some of the other videos that do not include me accidentally finding books about weight loss. So have a great day.